welcome back to the channel. I am Heather Tiedemann and I am a realtor here in the beautiful area of Lexington and Columbia, South Carolina. I am powered by eXp Realty and I appreciate you joining me. I'm not on the camera very often on my YouTube channel. I like to focus more on the community, but today I did want to tell you guys a little bit about my experience living in the Lexington County area of South Carolina. So I am a South Carolina native. My husband is from New York, but we are not originally from this area. I'm originally from this tiny itsy bitsy little town that no one's ever heard of called Wagner, South Carolina. And even then, I'm not actually from Wagner. I'm from like the outskirts of Wagner. So that's a little bit about where I grew up. So it's a tiny town, one traffic light, it has a Piggly Wiggly. So where I came from was not extremely populated. My graduating class was less than 50 people. So moving to Lexington was a very big change for us. Well, for me anyway. My husband's from New York, Long Island specifically. So he started out with lots and lots of people, moved to Wagner, not a lot of people, and then moved to this area, which is kind of like a meet in the middle type of thing. So my experience is going to be a bit different than his. When I moved here in 2017, I didn't know anybody. It was a little scary, especially when you grow up in a small town. I don't know how many of you guys are from small towns, but you know everybody. You know their mama, their daddy, their grandmama, like you know all of them. So moving to an area where I knew nobody was a little bit scary. So what I recommend for people moving to a new area, even if it's not Lexington or the Columbia area, is start looking for groups that meet up specifically. Meetup app is a fantastic app, Facebook groups, and start going to these events. So many of my friends, my best friend, actually came from a play group that I joined when my daughter, which is our middle child, was much younger. Her child was roughly the same age as my child. We really hit it off. We became really good friends, still friends to this day. And once my child got a little bit older, she kind of graduated out of play groups because she started school. I joined like women's social groups. So that helped a lot. That helped get me friends, acquaintances, people I knew. So I didn't feel so alone in this new scary town. Also, if you hear a little noise in the background, my dishwasher is running. I tried waiting, but I don't have time to finish waiting, so the show must go on. So that's how I met a lot of my friends. And then as I became a realtor here, I go to a lot of events. And a lot of people may think that not a lot goes on here, but there is something going on here every single solitary week. I actually send out a weekly email that features an event that's going on here, and I have yet to had a hard time finding an event. I actually have a hard time narrowing it down to one event. So with that being said, that's something to keep in mind when you move here. There are definitely opportunities to make friends, meet people. I know we have a lot of Chicago Bears fans. There's actually a Chicago Bears group. I'm not a part of it, but I know a lot of people really love it. Another thing that I learned is plug things into your GPS. Traffic here can be a little bit difficult, to say the least, because of how quickly Lexington grew. However, I learned very quickly that if you put stuff into your GPS, even if you've been to this area 1,000 times, put it into your GPS. Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever, they account for traffic and they will take you back roads, shortcuts, that kind of thing, and it'll keep you out of the vast majority of traffic. Occasionally I will run into traffic, is unavoidable, but it definitely helps. Another thing that I absolutely love about this area is there's just a community feel. Like everyone seems to look out for each other. I know online it can seem a little us versus them type of situation. But that's not really what you get in person. My husband, like I said, is from New York. He has always felt welcome everywhere he goes. Everyone is so kind. You will hear it online. What can I tell you? They're keyboard warriors everywhere, no matter where you go. You're going to hear, we're full, which, in fairness, Lexington has experienced massive growth. So I definitely understand where they're coming from in that sense. But you're not going to experience that in person. But moving here was not without its challenges. We definitely, especially our most recent challenge, we originally had a nanny who, she is phenomenal. Probably one of the best people you will ever meet in your life. But unfortunately, she got hurt. Not at work, thankfully. But she got hurt. She has been out of work for a while. And my husband and I are both realtors. So we need childcare. Finding a daycare was very, very difficult. And we got extremely lucky being able to find a daycare spot as quickly as we did. We called so many daycares because you also want to be conscious to make sure you're getting, you know, a highly rated daycare, a place that, you know, has sparkling reviews. So we called and we called and called, and we would get told that, you know, they had a spot open, so we would come tour, and then they'll tell us there's a wait list. But I was confused because you just told me you had a spot open. So that was a little bit of a frustration that we found. It was, we would go tour a facility only for them to tell us they had a wait list after they told us that they had a spot open. So something to keep in mind. We did end up getting very, very lucky. Today was actually our son's first day of daycare, and it worked out very nicely because the daycare that he's got is literally 2 minutes down the road. So that was such a blessing, to be honest with you. So we're very excited about that. But that was a struggle. So if you are coming here and you need immediate childcare, I did look up, so could be possible. But I do recommend going ahead and getting on some wait list, because that was certainly a struggle that we had when we needed that. But other than that, we've had a fantastic experience here. We love living here. As I said, I'm a South Carolina native, so the summers don't particularly bother me. I'm also not a very outdoorsy person, so most of my summers are spent inside anyway, or swimming, or the lake, or something along those lines where I'm going to stay cool. So summers don't really bother me. The winters are fine. It does get a little too cold for my liking, but you know, if you're coming from a colder climate, which most people are, then you shouldn't have any issues with our winters. My experience here has always been very positive. I have never once regretted moving here, and I have no intention of ever leaving here. This is my home. This is our home. We love it here. Our children love it here. It's an overall positive experience for us. It's constantly growing and evolving, and it's just, while still maintaining its community feel, it seems like so many people are very supportive of you. They're so loving and caring and kind, while still having the amenities of the big city, you know, 20 minutes away, or, you know, the lake. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. So that's why we're staying here. So with that said, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them. Also, if you are considering moving to Lexington or Columbia, I do run a Moving to Lexington Facebook group. You can find it linked below on my link tree. You can join that group, ask any questions that you have. and hear it from other people that have moved here, other South Carolina natives, or anything like that. We're always happy to help. And also, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It definitely helps with the algorithm and pushing my videos out more, and it makes me happy. But anyway, I will hop off of here. If you or anyone you know is thinking about moving to Lexington, South Carolina, and you are looking for a great realtor, I'm your girl. You can find my contact information down in the description box below, and I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Talk to you soon. Bye!